31 down, 3 to go. Democrat Senator Jeff Merkley becoming the 31st senator to support the administration's deal with Iran, meaning the president only needs 3 more to protect his deal. To Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer, if there is any stopping this thing now, I suspect there is not. It's almost a done deal, isn't it, Tony?
Well, you said there's 3 to go. It's an important number to distinguish by the fact that there's certain folks who are in the president's party who are voting against it. I just finished a series of town halls down in South Carolina. One of the moderators of that was a 2-star Democrat general who's against the deal. So I think thinking Democrats are thinking in reality of the fact that there's nothing good in this deal, and it's really more about the president's legacy than it is securing the nation. I really do believe that.
Well, how strong is any deal if virtually no Republicans, I don't think any Republicans are going to go for it, and a third to a half of your own party is against it? How strong is that deal?
Well, it's not a strong deal, and I think this is where the arrogance of the White House, and I use that term purposely, is completely focused on what the president wants rather than what is best for the nation. And one of the things, let me note here for the audience too, is the president keeps putting up this straw man saying it's either the deal or war. I'm shocked to think the president would be pro-war based on everything else we've done. I mean, that is not the answer. The answer is a better deal. And to me, the idea here is the president needs to go back and do his work. There are things that can be done to actually strengthen the deal on both sides. And simply put, it is not a good deal because you do not have any details of the Iranian clandestine program. You cannot defeat a clandestine program unless you basically bring it out into the light of day and analyze it. And more importantly, there's no snapback sanctions. There's no whenever inspections. And more importantly, that you can't have the Iranians doing their own inspections with quote-unquote oversight from the IAEA. It doesn't match any known rational thinking that I'm aware of.
Can you put your finger on one single item in that deal that is the worst thing to you, the single biggest reason why you should vote against it?
Stu, the single biggest issue, in my judgment, is the fact that there are no verifiable ways of seeing if the Iranians are complying. Or if you do have this an inspection, you have 28 days before you get there. One of the biggest notably absent things is something called the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, DTRA. Every other treaty we've ever had with a major foreign power, Stuart, especially nuclear, they've been involved. You got to ask yourself, why is the premier organization in DOD, which is designed to do treaty verification negotiations, why are they not involved? That, to me, tells you everything you need to know about the deal, because the folks who should be doing it are not involved.
What happens to the president's legacy if this is indeed a done deal, and pretty soon the Iranians cheat or do something outside the terms of the deal? Then what happens to the president's legacy?
According to a number of very well-read press outlets, primarily print, this is a big deal. This is the second biggest thing the president's probably ever going to be known for. And as you point out, it could either be catastrophically great, that he guessed the right way, that the Iranians trusting them actually worked, or a catastrophic failure, saying that his entire foreign policy was doomed based on this one issue. It can go either way at this point. Again, if I were the president, I would rethink it based on that alone. I don't think the likelihood of the Iranians sticking with this is sufficient to actually bank your entire legacy on this one issue. If he was smart, he would rethink it.
All right. Tony Shaffer, thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you.
Opponents planning major protests against this deal starting tomorrow. Former Senator Joe Lieberman will be teaming up with Senator Lindsey Graham in New York tomorrow, and he will join us on Your World.